Welcome everyone to today's lesson where we will learn how to create a flying animation in Scratch. Type in Scratch to your search engine and click on the top result. Now this is the second lesson in a series where we are learning how to code using Scratch. In our last lesson, I introduced you to Scratch and we explored some of the different games and projects available before jumping into the creation feature and exploring some of the different codes available to us. In this lesson, we are going to begin using some of these codes to create our own animation. So let's click on Start Creating. Now it comes up with this nice little tutorial down here. We don't need that one today, so we're just going to click on Close. Over here, it's already given us a sprite, which is this little cat character. Click on Delete and we are going to select our own sprite today. As you can see, there are plenty of different sprites available. We just want one that can fly. So feel free to pause this video now and have a look through. There are plenty of flying options for you to choose from, such as bats, butterflies, dinosaurs, dragons. You click on whichever sprite you want. I'm going to click on the parrot. You should now be able to see your character in this section here called the stage. My parrot is quite large, so I'm going to make him smaller by clicking over here on the number in the size box. At the moment, he's at 100. I'm going to change that to 50. You change yours to roughly the same size and then click and drag it over to the left side. Now, up in the top left-hand corner, click on where it says Costume. In the Costumes tab, you should see that your character comes with a few different costumes that you can click on for a closer look. Make sure that it has one with its wings up and one with its wings down. If your character comes with a variation where it isn't in flight, so for example, the bat comes with a sleeping costume and a scary costume, click on the bin to delete those ones. You should end up with only the wings up and wings down costumes. So back up in the top left-hand corner, click on the Code tab. In the left-hand column, click on the purple circle that says Looks. In Looks, find the block that says Next Costume. Click on this one and drag it across to the coding area. Then come back to the left column and click on the orange Control section. In the controls, find the coding block that says Forever and drag it across until it clicks together with the next costume. This will cause it to switch between those two costumes continuously. This section of the program will not begin unless we attach it to an event. So come back across to the left and find Event. For this section, we want it to begin when the green flag is clicked. So click on that block and drag it across until it clicks onto the top of the Forever block. Now, when you click on the green flag, your sprite will begin flying. As you can see, it is quite fast. In order to slow it down, we need to add in another coding block. Come back into the left-hand column. Underneath Control, you should see a block that says Wait 1 second. Drag that one across and it should allow you to click it into the area just underneath the next costume block. We don't want it to wait 1 whole second, so change the 1 to 0.5. Now when you click on the flag, it should be flying a bit more slowly. Now we are ready to add in a backdrop. Come down to the bottom right hand corner. If you hover your mouse over the circle next to the Sprite tab, you should see the option Choose a Backdrop. Click on that and you will see a variety of options. Again, feel free to pause the video and have a look through. You can select whichever backdrop you want. I'm going to click here on Blue Sky 2. Once you've chosen your backdrop, we are going to add in some more sprites to really create the effect of flight. So, come back down to the Choose a Sprite option in the bottom right hand corner, and I'm going to select some buildings. Again, you can select whatever object you want, as long as it is a stationary object. We want this sprite to begin in the bottom right hand corner, so click on it and drag it across your stage. Now, if you come back to the left hand column and click on the top category, Motion, you will notice that the X and Y coordinates in the coding blocks match the coordinates that we have just dragged our building to. So find the coding block that says Go to X and Y and drag this across to the coding section. This will tell the program the location on our stage where we want our building to begin. Now, as our sprite flies, we want the object you have chosen to move across the screen until it ends up on the left-hand side. So click on your object and drag it over to the bottom left-hand corner. You'll notice that again, the X and Y coordinates within the coding blocks have changed. So now find the coding block that says glide 1 second to X and Y, and drag this one across into the coding section. We want to slow this glide down a little bit. So change the 1 second in this block to around 3 seconds. We want the building to move across the screen repeatedly, so find the forever block in the control section and drag it across until it clicks together with our 2 motion blocks. Again, we have to add in an event. So find the when the green flag is clicked coding block and drag that one across until it clicks onto the top of our forever block. Now when you click on the green flag icon, you should see your object gliding across the page, making our sprite look like it is flying past it. Now that our animation is ready, let's add in some controls for our flying sprite. Click your sprite and come across to events in the left column. Click on when space key pressed and drag it over into your coding section, keeping it separate from our original sequence. Click on where it says space and from the drop-down list, select up arrow. Now click motions in the left column, drag across change Y by 10 until it clicks together with the yellow block. And right click on when up arrow key pressed. Now select duplicate. With our duplicated code, we want to click on up arrow and change it to down arrow, and change its Y coordinates to -10. Now, when you press your up and down arrows on your keyboard, your sprite should move up and down the screen. Great work, everyone. Make sure to come up to File and click on Save to your computer so that you are ready for our next lesson where we will be learning how to turn our interactive animation into a game.